Picture this. It's bath day. You have the towels ready. The special kitty shampoo is on the counter. You feel prepared. You call your cat your sweet, purring angel. But the moment they sense your intentions, that angel transforms into a furry, four-legged demon ninja with razor-sharp murder mittens. Sound familiar? You end up wetter and more traumatized than the cat, with arms that look like you tried to hug a cactus. Do you ever wonder, are they doing this just to spite me? Is my cat fundamentally broken? The answer is no, but you might be making a few critical mistakes. Today, we're going to expose the 5 biggest cat bathing sins that turn a simple wash into a full-blown feline meltdown. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to get on your cat's good side again. Before we dive in, head to the comments and tell me the name of your furry little bath-hating hooligan. First, let's get inside that fluffy little head. Why the universal hatred for water? It's not just a quirky personality trait. It's baked into their DNA. Most of our domestic cat breeds descended from desert-dwelling ancestors, like the African wildcat. In their world, large bodies of water were not a thing. They weren't swimming for fun or fishing for their dinner. Water was for drinking, not for splashing around in. Their coats are also not designed for it. A cat's fur is a masterpiece of insulation, but when it gets waterlogged, it becomes heavy, cold, and takes forever to dry, making them feel incredibly vulnerable and exposed. It messes up their personal scent, which is like their ID card in the animal kingdom. So when we plop them in a tub, we're not just giving them a bath. We're violating thousands of years of evolutionary programming that screams, "This is wrong and dangerous." It's not you, it's their history. All right, let's kick things off with the #1 cardinal sin of cat bathing. The ambush attack. We've all been tempted to do it. The cat is sleeping peacefully, looking all innocent. You think, this is my chance. You scoop them up, sprint to the bathroom, and slam the door like you're in an action movie. To you, it's an efficient strategy. To your cat, you have just become their worst nightmare. They've been kidnapped from a safe, comfortable place and teleported into a sterile, echoey chamber of horrors with a giant water-filled basin. Their trust in you shatters instantly. All their senses are on high alert. The suddenness of the event triggers their fight or flight response. And since flight is limited by the closed door, they are left with only one option: fight. And oh boy, will they fight. This single act of betrayal sets the tone for the entire ordeal, ensuring that every second will be a struggle for dominance you are destined to lose. It's a declaration of war, not a spa treatment. Why is this ambush so psychologically damaging for them? Cats are creatures of habit and control. Their entire world is built on predictability and territory. They need to feel like they are in charge of their environment. When you suddenly snatch them up and force them into a new scary situation, without any warning, you strip them of all control. It's the ultimate power play, and they resent it deeply. Think about it from their perspective. One moment they are dreaming of chasing mice, the next they are prisoners in a slippery, wet cell. This isn't just about disliking water. It's about the terror of the unknown and the loss of autonomy. You've proven that you are unpredictable and, in that moment, untrustworthy. This creates a negative association not just with the bath, but with the entire bathroom and even with you. This is how you get a cat that vanishes into thin air the second they hear the word bath, or see you carrying a towel. The memory of that betrayal sticks with them for a long, long time. So how do we avoid declaring war on our feline overlords? The key is preparation and positive association. Turn the bathing process into a slow, predictable ritual instead of a surprise attack. A few hours before the bath, get everything ready. Lay out the towels, open the shampoo, and place a non-slip mat in the tub or sink. Let your cat wander into the bathroom and investigate these items on their own terms. Give them their favourite treats in the dry tub. Play with a wand toy near the bathing area. The goal is to demystify the space and build positive memories. When it's time, don't chase them down. Calmly pick them up, speaking in a soothing voice, and walk them to the bathroom. Keep the energy low and confident. The more you can make the process seem like a normal, non-threatening part of the day, the less their internal alarm bells will scream. It's about building a bridge of trust, not blowing it up. Here's a pro tip for the anti-ambush strategy. Use feline pheromone sprays. Products like Fellaway can be a game changer. About 15 to 20 minutes before you plan to bring your cat into the bathroom, spray a little on the towels or near the bathing area. These sprays mimic the natural facial pheromones that cats use to mark their territory as safe and secure. It sends a calming signal to their brain, essentially telling them, hey, this place is cool, no need to panic. It's not a magic potion that will make them suddenly love baths, but it can significantly lower their baseline anxiety level. It helps take the edge off, making them more receptive to your calm demeanour and less likely to immediately engage their emergency eject button. Combining a predictable routine with calming pheromones is a powerful 1-2 punch against bath time anxiety. You're speaking their language, the language of scent and security, and that goes a long way. Now for mistake number 2, a classic blunder, the wrong water wonderland. This mistake has 2 evil twins, the Arctic plunge and the fiery geyser. As humans, our idea of a comfortable water temperature is pretty broad. We can handle a cool shower on a hot day or a steamy bath to relax. Your cat, however, is a tiny, furry princess from the fairy tale, The Princess and the Pea. But for temperature, what feels just right to your hand or elbow can be a sensory nightmare for them. Their skin is far more sensitive than ours, and their normal body temperature is higher, sitting around 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit or 38.6 Celsius. This means their Goldilocks zone for water is incredibly narrow. Water that's too cold is a genuine shock to their system, making their muscles tense up and their panic levels spike. They feel their body heat being sucked away, which is a terrifying sensation for a small mammal. It is a one-way ticket to a claw-filled escape attempt. On the flip side, you have the fiery geyser. Water that feels pleasantly warm or even a little hot to us can be genuinely painful and dangerous for a cat. It can easily scald their sensitive skin. Remember, they are covered in a dense coat of fur, which traps heat against their skin, intensifying the sensation. They can't just tell you, hey, excuse me, this is a bit too hot. They communicate through action, and that action is usually trying to launch themselves out of the tub and onto your face. It's a primal, instinctual reaction to pain and danger. Getting the temperature wrong in either direction confirms their deepest suspicion. This entire bathing experience is a torture chamber designed by a giant, clumsy monster. That's you, by the way. And once that belief is locked in, it becomes incredibly difficult to convince them otherwise in the future. Every bath becomes a reenactment of that initial traumatic experience, making it harder each time. So, what is this magical, mythical, just right temperature? The answer is simple: lukewarm. But lukewarm can be subjective. The best way to guarantee you've nailed it is to use a thermometer. You're aiming for water that is right around their body temperature, so think about 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 Celsius. It should feel neither warm nor cool to the touch on a sensitive part of your skin, like your wrist. Before your cat's paw even touches the water, have the tub or sink pre-filled with just a few inches of this perfectly temperature-controlled water. This is crucial. Don't fill it while they are in there. The sound of the rushing water is terrifying and adds another layer of stress to an already tense situation. By having a shallow, silent, perfectly lukewarm pool waiting for them, you remove 2 of the biggest sensory offenders, noise and temperature shock. It creates a much calmer and more controlled entry into the water. Let's add another layer to this temperature talk. The room itself matters. Make sure you close any windows and turn off any fans. A wet cat in a drafty room is a miserable, shivering cat. You want the bathroom to be a warm, cosy little sauna. You can even run the hot shower for a few minutes before bringing the cat in, with the door closed, to steam up the room and raise the ambient temperature. This prevents that shocking, cold air hits, wet fur feeling that they absolutely loathe. Remember, you're trying to control every aspect of their sensory experience to be as pleasant and non-threatening as possible. A warm room, silent and shallow, lukewarm water, these details seem small to us, but to a cat, they make the difference between a minor inconvenience and a full-blown declaration of war. It's about creating a holistic spa environment, not just focusing on the water in the tub. You're the spa director, so direct it well. Let's move on to bathing mistake number 3. The wrong tools for the job. This is where many well-intentioned cat parents go horribly wrong. You see your cat is dirty, you look in your shower, and you see your fancy, lavender-scented, salon-quality human shampoo. It's gentle enough for me. It must be fine for Fluffy, you think. This is a catastrophic error. Human skin and cat skin have different pH balances. Our shampoos, even the gentle baby ones, are too acidic for a cat. Using them can strip the natural protective oils from their skin, leading to severe dryness, irritation, itchiness, and even dandruff. It can make them incredibly uncomfortable for days after the bath is over, reinforcing the idea that baths are a source of misery. You might be creating a long-term skin problem while trying to solve a short-term dirt problem. And don't even get me started on the fragrances. Their sense of smell is 14 times stronger than ours. Your lovely lavender field is an overwhelming chemical assault to them. The other tool-related crime is using the wrong water delivery system. Many of us default to using the shower head or a powerful spray nozzle. To us, it's efficient. To a cat, it's a terrifying, high-pressure monster. The hissing sound is like a giant snake, which is a predator they are hardwired to fear. The sheer force of the water can be frightening and uncomfortable on their skin. It's an auditory and tactile assault. Imagine if you were trying to relax and someone started blasting you with a fire hose while a giant hissed in your ear. You wouldn't be very cooperative, would you? This is what your cat experiences. They feel overwhelmed and attacked, which again triggers that fight or flight instinct. Using these loud, high-pressure tools is like bringing a megaphone to a library. It's completely inappropriate for the situation and guaranteed to cause chaos. It's a sensory overload that no amount of soothing talk can overcome. The tool itself becomes the enemy. The solution here is simple but non-negotiable. Invest in cat-specific products. Go to a pet store or look online for a high-quality, fragrance-free, hypoallergenic shampoo specifically formulated for cats. Read the labels. These products are pH balanced for their delicate skin and won't strip those essential oils. It's a small investment that pays huge dividends in your cat's comfort and health. For rinsing, ditch the scary spray nozzle. Instead, use a simple, unbreakable cup or a small pitcher. Gently pour the lukewarm water over their body, avoiding their head and face at all costs. This method is quiet, gentle, and gives you much more control. You can direct the water exactly where it needs to go, without a terrifying blast of sound and pressure. It mimics a more natural sensation, like being licked by a mother cat, rather than being caught in a hurricane. It's all about gentleness and control, which makes your cat feel safer and more secure. Here's a bonus tip to make your toolkit even better. Get some special bath-only items. Have a specific towel that is super soft and absorbent that you only use for after their bath. You can even warm it in the dryer for a few minutes before you start, so it's extra cozy. Have a special high-value treat, something they absolutely love but don't get very often. That is exclusively the post-bath treat. This helps build a ritual. They see the special shampoo, they see the special cup, they know the super soft warm towel, and the delicious treat are coming. Over time, these tools stop being signals of impending doom and start becoming part of a predictable process that ends with something wonderful. You're using classical conditioning to your advantage. The scary stuff is followed by the best stuff. It helps to rewrite their internal script about what bath time really means in their world. Mistake number 4 is a big one. The full submersion, also known as the dunk of doom. It's the classic cartoon image of bathing a cat. You just plop them right into a deep pool of water. In our minds, it seems like the quickest way to get them wet and get the job done. In reality, it is perhaps the single most terrifying thing you can do to a cat in a bathtub. Remember how we talked about control? Dunking them into a tub of water where their feet can't touch the bottom is the ultimate loss of control. They are buoyant, they are unstable, and they have no solid ground. This sends their anxiety skyrocketing into the stratosphere. They feel like they are drowning, even if the water is only a few inches deep. Their instinct is to find something, anything, to climb to safety, and the closest, most convenient climbing post in that moment is, you guessed it, you. This is how you end up with claw marks in places you didn't even know a cat could reach. The science behind this panic is fascinating and deeply ingrained. Cats are terrestrial animals. Their sense of security is directly linked to having a solid, stable surface beneath their paws. It's why they love high perches and steady ground. When you take that away, their world is literally turned upside down. Their equilibrium is thrown off, and their primary defense and escape mechanisms, running and jumping, are rendered useless. They are completely at your mercy, a feeling they absolutely detest. Furthermore, never, ever pour or splash water on their head or face. Their ears are incredibly delicate, and getting water in them can lead to painful and serious ear infections. Getting water in their eyes and nose is also extremely unpleasant and frightening for them. The dunk of doom and the face splash combo is a surefire recipe for creating a cat that will be traumatized by baths for the rest of its life. You're not just washing them, you're simulating a near-drowning experience. The correct approach is less is more. You only need a few inches of water in the bottom of the tub or sink, just enough to get their paws and lower legs wet. For the rest of their body, you will be the one bringing the water to them, not bringing them to the water. Place a non-slip mat or even a folded towel on the bottom of the tub so they have secure footing. This is non-negotiable. That sense of grip is a massive confidence booster. Stand them in the shallow water and use your cup or pitcher to gently wet one section of their body at a time, starting from their shoulders and moving towards their tail. Work the cat-safe shampoo in gently, then rinse that section completely before moving on to the next. This methodical section-by-section approach is far less overwhelming. They stay grounded, and the process is predictable and controlled. Their head should always stay dry. You can clean their face later with a damp washcloth if needed. Let's elevate this technique to the master level. Throughout this entire process, you need to be a calm, reassuring anchor. Use one hand to gently but firmly hold your cat in place, not by scruffing them, but by having a steady hand on their shoulders. Use your other hand for the washing and rinsing. Speak to them continuously in a low, soothing, calm voice. Tell them they are the best, bravest cat in the entire world. It doesn't matter what you say, it's about the tone. Your calm energy is contagious. If you are stressed, frantic and yelling, they will absorb that energy and their panic will escalate. If you're a pillar of Zen-like tranquility, it will help to keep them grounded. You are the leader in this situation, and your calm confidence tells them that everything is okay, even if their instincts are telling them it's not. You are their emotional support human, so act like it. And finally, we arrive at the fifth and final mistake, which happens after the water is turned off. The aftermath. Fail. You've survived the bath. The cat is cleanish. You're both soaked and emotionally scarred. The temptation is to just let the cat run off and hide under the bed for the next 6 hours while you patch up your wounds. This is a huge mistake. The minutes immediately following the bath are your golden opportunity to repair your relationship and reframe the entire experience. If the bath ends and they are left cold, wet, and miserable with no positive reinforcement, you've just confirmed their belief that it was a purely torturous event. The memory they are left with is one of misery. This is where you need to swoop in like a superhero and turn the narrative around. The aftermath fail is failing to create a positive conclusion to the story. You have to nail the ending, or the whole thing was for nothing. One of the worst things you can do in the aftermath is to try and use a human hairdryer on them. To you, it's a quick way to get them dry. To them, it's a terrifying heat-blasting noise monster. The sound is deafening and the hot air is uncomfortable. It's just another form of sensory torture piled on top of the bath itself. The second part of the aftermath fail is the lack of reward. You put them through this stressful ordeal, and then what? Nothing? From their perspective, they endured this horrible thing and got absolutely zero compensation for their troubles. This is a missed opportunity for some powerful positive reinforcement. Without a reward, there is no incentive for them to be more cooperative next time. They just learn that baths are a miserable experience from start to finish with no upside. You need to close the loop and show them that good things happen after the scary water disappears. This is how you start to change their entire perception of the event. Here's how to execute the perfect post-bath protocol. First, have at least 2 large, soft, absorbent towels ready. As soon as you lift them out of the water, immediately wrap them in the first towel like a little kitty burrito. This helps them feel secure and starts absorbing the excess water. Gently pat and squeeze them dry. Don't rub aggressively, as this can be irritating and create mats in their fur. After a minute, switch to the second, dry towel. If you want to go the extra mile, warm these towels in the dryer beforehand. Once they are towel dried as much as possible, let them go in a warm, draft-free room. Now, for the grand finale, the reward. This should be the highest value thing you can offer. A special wet food they only get after baths, a spoonful of tuna, or their absolute favourite churu treat. Praise them lavishly while they enjoy their reward. You are actively creating a new memory. Bath equals the most amazing treat ever. To truly master the aftermath, think about creating a recovery sanctuary. After they've been towel dried and have received their jackpot treat, let them have their space. Don't force them to cuddle. They need to groom themselves extensively to get their fur back in order and redistribute their personal scent. This is a vital part of their recovery process. Just make sure their favourite coziest bed is in that warm, safe room. You can even place a heating pad on low under a blanket in their bed to help them dry off and feel extra comfortable. You're showing them that after the stressful event, they are returned to a place of ultimate comfort and safety with a full belly. Over time, they will start to associate the bath not just with the scary water, but with the entire luxurious, rewarding spa experience that follows. You're not just ending the bath, you're curating a 5-star recovery experience that will make the next bath just a little bit easier for both of you. So there you have it, the 5 capital crimes of cat bathing that turn a simple cleaning into a chaotic nightmare. By avoiding the ambush, perfecting the water temperature, using the right tools, ditching the dunk, and nailing the aftermath, you can transform from a feared warden into a trusted spa attendant. Now you know what's really going on in that beautiful, fluffy head when the water turns on. It's not about them hating you. It's about their instincts, their senses, and their deep-seated need for control. And yes, despite the occasional hiss, the strategic scratch, or the look of utter betrayal they give you from across the room, we love these little weirdos more than anything. They are our fluffy overlords, our chaos potatoes, and our best friends. Thank you so much for watching, cat mums and cat dads. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more cat-tastic content, and share it with another cat person who is currently at war with their bathtub. And for my final question, what is the most dramatic thing your cat has ever done to avoid a bath? Let me know in the comments below.